Hello Spartans, and welcome back to another episode of Spartan Spotlight. I'm Malia Farrell. Being a student athlete in college, many athletes have a huge support system ranging from family and friends to our surrounding peers. However, a key member of one support system is an athletic trainer. And for those who do not know, an athletic trainer is a certified and licensed health professional who practices in the field of sports medicine. Personally, as a student athlete myself, I don't know where I would be without the athletic trainers that I've met throughout the years, especially here at Aurora. Now, one doesn't just wake up one day saying, oh, I want to be an athletic trainer, and go out and work that day. It takes a lot of time and dedication, and our guest today can probably vouch for that. Please help me welcome senior athletic training major Dake Rice and one of AU's most beloved athletic trainers, Jeff Hinkle. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, to start off, what sparked you guys' interest in athletic training?
So in high school, I was injured. I dislocated my kneecap, and I spent a lot of time in the athletic training room. They helped me with rehab and then just kind of maintenance when I went back. So that's where I first learned about it, and that sparked my interest, and that's how I got into it, learned about it, and I wanted to help athletes like they helped me.
Okay, what sport did you do?
When I dislocated my kneecap, it was football.
Oh, that's aggressive. What about you, Jeff?
I've always been involved in athletics, and I was fortunate enough to have an athletic training program at my high school. So ever since I was a junior in high school, I've been involved in athletic training. I was also injured in high school. I fractured my lower spine. So going through the rehab process with that really kind of sparked my interest and helped me to really kind of narrow down what I exactly wanted to do with my future, moving on from there.
Okay, now I gotta ask you, which sport was it?
It was soccer, actually.
Oh, okay, two sports I don't play. That's good. All right, so Jake, for you, you're a student here as well in the program. What made you choose Aurora to study here compared to other schools you could have went to?
So originally, I was looking for schools that, offered good programs for athletic training, and I met with our program director, Oscar, Dr. Krieger. He really pushed me into going into Aurora University's athletic training program. He talked about how good it was, all the great experience we get working with the athletes in the high school, college, and even in a clinical setting at a PT clinic. So, I mean, it seemed like a great opportunity, and also AU's had some pretty great pass rates for our Board of Certification exam, so that's a plus. Yeah.
All fancy. All right, well, he was a student, you were a student. Jeff, where did you study to become an athletic trainer?
I'm originally from Ohio, so I went to Mount Union College in Alliance, Ohio. So that's a small D3 school, very similar in size to Aurora.
Okay, so speaking of Aurora, what brought you here?
Honestly, it was through our national association. They post jobs, and so every year they have basically a convention that you would go, and you have the opportunity to apply for and interview for jobs. And a few years ago, I believe it was 5, I got the opportunity to interview with our head athletic trainer, Nikki, and she brought me on campus and interviewed and hired me.
Oh, that must have been the best 5 years
It's been great so far, yes.
All right, since you're a professional athletic trainer, what should someone considering a career should know?
That it's not all filling up water bottles and standing on the sidelines. There's a lot of work that goes into preparing athletes to get onto the field, whether that be injury prevention, injury evaluation, care, rehab of injuries. Basically, there's a lot that goes into it that's not just what you see on TV in sporting events.
We don't just tape ankles.
Yes. There's a lot more that goes into it.
Okay, so I know, like me being a student athlete, I know sometimes I have that connection with my athletic trainers. Do you guys have connection with different student athletes here? And if so, how would you describe them?
I mean, for sure. I was with Jeff for this fall semester. We worked with Aurora University football, and I think that's a big part of this major and then the job going forward. You have to build the relationships with the athletes so they trust you. I mean, I've built relationships with I was primarily with offense, so I built relationships with not only them but the coaches, and it's just so they can trust what you're doing. And also, I mean, if it's just an impersonal relationship, they're not really going to have much fun going to rehab. If you don't make it fun for them and have a relationship with them, they're not going to stick with it. They're not going to come to you, and you can miss something that may be affecting the athlete.
And for me, you have to think you are seeing, majority of the time, you're seeing that athlete at their worst. It's usually they're going to come to you whether they've had a traumatic injury, and so you want to have that relationship developed because, one, you are going to see them at their worst, and you have to be through them throughout that entire process. And you really get close to a lot of athletes just seeing them at their worst and them working to bring them back into their best it's really rewarding.
Okay. So what do you guys enjoy most about the program here?
I mean, the experience we get, as an athletic training student here at Aurora University, to be in a D3 school and to get hands-on with the athletes and really, get our hands dirty and do everything, it really helps our learning and everything. And it's fun. You get to be with people and work to make them better.
Okay. Well, I thank you guys for sharing everything. And that's all the time that we have. Join us again next time, Spartans, on Spartan Spotlight. We have more from the athletic department.